ascension, transcendence, integration into a wider range of consciousness implies that the expanded awareness, the more complete example of sentience, of consciousness integrated, both the dark and the light, your experience of ignorance and the lessons learned integrated into the light of your new expanded awareness, will always reintegrate and include the preceding state, the darkness that has become the light, the new light. Otherwise, the whole structure will collapse. And it has been designed to collapse over and over and over again by millennia, by the controllers, the cabal, the elite, those occult masters who understand all facets of the human experience, to include the human path to theosis, divinity. Those orchestrators of this reality consider themselves gods, and compared to animal man, to the masses that they subjugated, they are, in a sense, gods. But the dynamics that they were able to control humanity was through darkness, which is ignorance, which is a continual ping-pong effect of left side ego consciousness versus right side God-mind consciousness. Your masculine, your feminine, your positive, your negative polarities, constantly being buffeted back and forth. And the greatest perpetrator of this dynamic has been organized religion. How can you go to church once a week, hear the good news about Jesus, and then the rest of your lifestyle is within mammon, within the technological monstrosity of the low frequency vibrations constantly being introduced to your awareness through all the various electronic media, through programs such as the Mockingbird media, where you're constantly fed lies and low information, low vibratory news, examples of goings on in the world. It's doomsday continuously. Moreover, the Tavistock Institute, where the Beatles were instrumental, a orchestrated entity meant to introduce casual drug use. Beyond that, then you have where the hip hop industry was turned into the gangster rap industry by privatized prisons, by CIA assets, by monetizing violent, a certain lifestyle that accepted drug use and misogyny towards women. Well, we see where that led people, but P. Diddy and all the Oprah Winfrey and all those people, they fell prey to that darkness. Now, that was all by design from these overlords, if you will, who understood these occult principles, who understood that the original true originating experience of consciousness, which is an infinite flow of solar consciousness, of the spirit, is not only not inside this manifested physical genetic body, this genetic vehicle, but is outside of this universe. And further, it's outside this dimension of reality. And we don't waste energy being someone we are not. And that is what we have all been programmed to be, less than divine. Organized religion, fundamentalist Christianity programs you to be less than divine. It has not produced millions of Jesuses. It has only produced millions of slaves. We don't follow someone else's purpose. Spirituality is not going to church and learning and hearing about the story of one person's process of theosis, of arising to divinity. That is all you've constantly been pummeled with. Oh, look outside of yourself. This person did this, did that. And you go worship that person and give your power away. You dilute your Christ consciousness. You disintegrate your Christ consciousness by constantly being directed outside of yourself. When the consciousness, the whole experience is within you. We don't follow someone else's purpose. You do to your own peril. True insight makes life simpler, not more complex. And it's funny that the more evolved we become, the more risen we become, the simpler we make our lives. It seems to be a mystical equation. But our non-local experience is just a broadcast of the original. And where is this original broadcast emanating from? Well, it's source, it's God, what we call God. Some people don't like that word, but there is a creative awareness, consciousness that is responsible for everything. The original true originating experience of consciousness of the spirit is not only not inside this manifest physical body, this genetic vehicle, but it is outside of the universe. It's outside this dimension of reality. Pause. Relax. Breathe. Breathe asymmetrically. Activate your vagus nerve. Consider, contemplate. This is heavy stuff. Because the alchemical transformative process calling forth greater authenticity, greater integration, empowerment, and alignment. Alignment. To roar like a lion of authenticity, of power, of integration, of the left and right brain being in the middle path of the Christ. That is what has been constantly promulgated upon all of us, this constant separation, this alchemical wedding, this alchemical process of authenticity, of empowerment, restoring your mastery and fully remembering all that you are in this powerful dance of fire and water. And this new creation of this age of Aquarius that we're about to fully experience on the 19th. Maybe you're feeling the energies now, though, of divine integration on this portal, this 1111 portal. One, symbolic of the connection between spirit and matter. And more so with 4 of these ones, rather. But this new creation, things are in a deep process of elimination and cleansing in preparation for the Satya Yuga, the new. But it all begins within your awareness, each moment. Don't be overly concerned with what's going on in this chaotic world, this low vibration world. You and your awareness are what is holy. Cleanse it. Own it. What you are experiencing and what I'm experiencing as reality in this moment is a reflection from our superconsciousness. Our superconsciousness, our God mind, resides outside of this dimension, outside of the universe, outside of this experience of mass and energy and vibration, direct contact with pure energy, with the pure God source, which is what happens when your Kundalini activates and opens up your crown chakra, connects you to the galactic chakra and to the God mind. This is the experience of contact with pure energy, the Shivaya creatrix, as opposed to its elusive emanations of matter, being identified with matter. When you contact pure source and realize the divinity within, then you have undergone the process of theosis, of divination, of bringing heaven to earth, of spiritualizing matter. And finally, overcoming this illusion, you get this cosmic joke. You can create, manifest your reality to your will. You can get lost in materialism. But at this point, when you're able to do so, when you have the mental powers of the Magi to do so, you realize it's all a joke. Existence has no predetermined meaning unless we choose to accept it. And that has been the process of the age of Pisces, which was the age of dogma. A predetermined reality was provided to you. The Vatican, all the church structures, organized religions kept you in a constant state of upheaval, of good and evil, God and Satan, blah, 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 blah. It was provided to you, a template. You lived according to a template. This age is an age that will involve fire. It will involve power. It will involve destruction, dismembering that goes on around you as more and more people step into their own power, their own self-sovereignty. As more and more people contact pure source awareness, and that power becomes alive, this reality will crumble at a much faster rate. Illusion, I should say. When more people realize the lies of the reality that has been put upon them, the template of lies, and step into their own power, when we start to question the surrounding reality and begin the long journey on the path of God mind, of the God force, we cannot make anyone else responsible for our actions, find excuses for our weaknesses, or expect our problems to be solved by any outside agency. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the power. We are the God mind. Step into your power. Hit the subscribe button. Leave this video a thumbs up as it indicates to the algorithm that we are on the path to the new earth.